Link TV, connecting you to the world. Link TV is viewer supported. Watch more at linktv.org.
Pakistan launches another offensive against the Taliban. Civilians are caught in the crossfire. Who's to blame this time around? Next on Global Pulse. A comparison of how these broadcasters are covering the violence in Pakistan.
It's been a bloody month for Pakistan. The army launched an offensive in South Waziristan to finally rid the area of the Taliban. But the Taliban are fighting back, bombing security and military installations and attacking civilians in several cities, killing over 200. The Americans are also a part of this equation, launching drone attacks, killing hundreds. Media worldwide has covered the play-by-play of the attacks, but what do Pakistanis think? It really depends on the media that you watch.
Al Jazeera covered the intense fighting between Taliban and the Pakistani army in South Waziristan and its human toll.
A first look inside South Waziristan. This is the village of Sararoga, close to the Afghan border. The dead line the street.
One element of the war is the U.S. military's use of drones to assassinate Taliban leaders, which may be alienating local people, according to Iran's press TV.
After the fall of the Taliban in 2001, many militants fled to northwest Pakistan's tribal belt, known as a haven for Taliban and Al-Qaeda militants. Pakistan's inability to effectively counter these militants led the United States to conduct drone strikes on its soil in violation of its sovereignty. Pakistan has been publicly critical of drone attacks, saying the suspected U.S. drone attacks damage its campaign by alienating local tribes it is trying to enlist in the fight. Washington does not directly acknowledge being responsible for launching the missiles, which have killed civilians as well as militants and contributed to anti-U.S. sentiment in Pakistan. Any admission that Islamabad works with the United States in attacks on its citizens would be damaging for the shaky civilian government.
But the people most affected are in the cities of Pakistan. After an attack on the International Islamic University in Islamabad, Al Jazeera found accusations that the government is not doing enough.
This is where the suicide bomber completed his deadly mission. On the ground, the deep red blood of his victims, the huge hole in the wall, an indication of just how powerful a blast this was.
The thing is, the security forces have already failed. The suicide bomber didn't come from the sky. He passed all the police checkpoints.
Pakistan's Interior Minister Rehman Malik arrived to see the scene for himself. The crowd chanted shame as he walked in. After spending just a few minutes inside, he left the cries of death to Rehman Malik and the crowd throwing dirt at his car.
For people in Lahore and Karachi, two cities that have suffered from suicide attacks, tension and fear are daily experiences. Pakistan's Dawn News reported that anger is rising as the government is perceived to only be protecting their own.
The government now strongly believes that civilians too currently face a direct threat from the terrorists.
Security has been primarily beefed up outside key government offices. On the other hand, insignificant or zero presence of police at public places has led to a rise in fear among the general public.
Mohammed Roshan has been working for 20 years in one of the most crowded markets of Karachi, where security presence is almost none. But one common concern that most people share is who this security is for. For them, the government is more concerned about its own installations than the ordinary lives.
And now, Pakistan has met with another deadly attack on the city of Peshawar, right as Hillary Clinton visits, as the BBC reports.
Another major bomb attack in Pakistan, more than 80 dead in Peshawar as Hillary Clinton visits the Islamic Republic.
Pakistan is in the midst of an ongoing struggle against tenacious and brutal extremist groups who kill innocent people and terrorize communities.
So who do you think is to blame for the current violence in Pakistan? Tell us what you think. Go to our website and leave us a comment. For Global Pulse, I'm Erin Coker.
Link TV is the only U.S. network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world. To learn more, visit linktv.org.